G'day everyone, welcome back. Another episode of Coast to Coast. Missed you last week, but we are going to return with another double trouble guest slottage. How we going here? Oscar Allen, it's good to have you back.
Did you forget about me, mate?
How could I forget about you?
Sorry you couldn't get one out last week. We thought, special occasion, we'll get two blokes in. Two great fellas, Thomas Cole, Xavier O'Neill. How are we, man?
Yeah, good. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Likewise, mate. Pleasure.
How much of this conversation do you reckon we'll have to cut out from UX?
Oh,
because you are a motor mouth.
yeah. There'll be a lot of dribble in this, but if it gets the people talking, that's my job.
It's a package deal, Oz. They were never going to come on individually, so this is we've had to cop them together. Tommy Cole, what have you been doing, man? Like, I've seen him on the weekend. I see him enough. Don't see you around anymore. What have you been doing?
Wow. Yeah, the ankle will do that. No, I've been busy, mate, just behind the scenes, working away, slowly getting there. But yeah.
Well, how's that rehab process been like? Let's rewind it back to the the incident itself. I know we've spoken about it with your contract re-signing and whatnot, but a few fans on Coast to Coast might not tune in for that one. Yeah. So talk about how it went down and then how the entire rehab process has gone.
Yeah, it was pretty innocuous. It was in the last training session before our first JLT game. Just in a tackle, went over on the ankle. Didn't feel like it was too much, but yeah, the scan showed that I needed surgery and it was pretty significant. So I've been in rehab for pretty much the whole year. I've started running in the last probably 6 weeks and slowly progressing, but getting there.
Mentally, how you been?
Yeah, I've been all right. There's been unfortunately, there's been a few other boys in rehab this year, which has been
the squad,
which has been good for me. All the fellas. Dom, Joycey, there's been a few, so it's been good to have that camaraderie and Chesser as well. So I shouldn't forget
Lukey Edwards.
Yep. Yeah, so
there's too many.
There's a long list, which is too long, but that's helped.
So X, you had a couple injuries as well this year. Do you want to talk the listeners through? Obviously, you had a little knee niggle that made you miss for a while.
Yep. So round 7 against Richmond, Big Nank the Tank.
Is he the hardest hitting bloke going around?
Oh yeah, he's a big aggressive fella. Yeah. But he's just basically run through my knee, and I think I had 8 weeks out with that. So I avoided surgery purely because of the fact that I got COVID and missed my surgeon's review. And sitting at home on the couch for a week in a knee brace and not moving actually healed up pretty well. So
you have a knee last year as well, Alex?
I had an ITB issue last year, but yeah, surgery was on a similar area. So the right knee's had a fair bit of work done in the last 12 months, but it's all good now. Back playing again, which is good. So yeah.
Now, mate, I've given you a fair bit of feedback about this, and so much so I've decided to join you. Talk me through the shaved head, because when you made your return against Perth, I believe it was, or whatever game it was, my roommate and our friend Josh Smith said, "What the hell has Xavier O'Neill been doing? Because he looks massive." Talk me through it, because I've seen it's working for you, and I've tried to employ it myself. Talk me through the head.
Well, there's 2 parts to this, because I should be credited. I've put the work in the gym in rehab, and I have put on a bit of size. So it's not just the shave lid that's making me look a bit bigger, but that does help. So the boys basically didn't believe me when I told them one day that I was thinking of shaving the lid just to change it up a bit. And so I just said, I'll show you. And that Arvo went and got it done. And
how's it working out for you, X? Is it paying dividends?
Does your missus like it?
It's grown on me, no pun intended, but I do like it. So, and my missus actually likes it too, so it's a bonus.
She hasn't got much of a choice if she doesn't know, do you?
No, yeah. It's my hair, so...
but you don't have to look at it as much as she does, to be fair.
Yeah, that is to be fair. But I do spend a bit of time looking at it now that it's nice and shaved. So.
Speaking of missus, Tommy, got engaged last December, mate. Talk me through that. You and your beautiful fiancée, wife-to-be, Lil. Talk me through how that went down.
Girl, Lil. It's just in the backyard.
On that shocking lawn that I saw in one of your pictures?
Yeah, no, it was good in summertime.
Mate, don't bag a man's lawn.
You don't want to.
Well, Jakey Waterman did it on the socials, and he was on point. It was very Patch Adams.
Yeah, well, that was when my ex-teammate Jared Brandon was living with me, and that was all because of his dog, Charlie. Shout out to Charlie, great dog, but did dig holes in the lawn. But the lawn was good this day. Lily was a bit hungover, so I was a bit unsure whether I was going to actually do it that day. But I took her out. We got some flowers. I bought her a nice dress just to get her in a good mood. And then we sat down out in the backyard, had a wine, and I got got on one knee, got all the way down there and popped the question. It was a great day. We got everyone over that day and celebrated, which was good.
Excellent. Checking your socials, checking Tommy's socials, he's probably been to a few weddings of the boys, and the most recent one, Dommy Sheed's wedding, just gone. And obviously you would have had Vards' wedding, earlier, like the Opshot wedding as well.
His fake wedding, yeah.
Yeah, so like I want to know, you're getting some inspiration, some ideas about what to go with, maybe what not to do at some of these teammates' weddings that you're getting invites to.
I've spoken to, and as you said, I've been to a few weddings now and spoken to a lot of the boys, and the general consensus is that the blokes don't have a lot of say in what goes on at a wedding, and that's been the case in our planning. Lily's pretty much done it all, which I'm very thankful for. So look, mate, it'll be a surprise to me on the day, which will be good, but I'm looking forward to it.
Quick question for both of you. Who's the next in the club to get shackled up? Because footballers, I feel like, generally get married a little bit earlier than regular Joes, because I suppose like everyone's in committed relationships really early and then just move through life a bit quicker. Who's next?
Well, I think it should be Andrew Gaff.
Yeah, I 100% agree, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it will be Duggo.
I reckon Dougie's got to be close.
There's something in the air. Every off-season there's, I reckon, 2 or 3 that come back with a shiny diamond ring on. Talk to me about your Twitter.
Yeah.
Because it just popped up to my head. It's actually not on the run sheet. I've started seeing you tweeting some really strange and unusual things.
Losing the plot.
Yeah. Oh, look, rehab. This is what rehab's done to me. I've had a lot of extra time on my hands, and I deleted Twitter about a year ago because it was just one of those apps on my phone that I was
getting consumed by.
It was just there for no reason. I'd click on it just to get rid of the notification on my phone, and so I deleted it, and then I've started using it just to like catch up on what's going on in the world, and then I just thought, bugger it, I'll tweet a few things. Peaky Blinders come out. I had a tweet about that.
Yep, the obscene price of iceberg lettuce has got me done. Luckily, Peaky Blinders Season 6 has blinded my anger. Thoughts? Just genuine conversations like, anyone who eats caged eggs I don't agree with. It's free or no range. Josephine and Alexandra, do you agree? Can you... Josephine and Alexandra.
Yeah, so Josephine and Alexandra are 2 chickens, 2 of Dom Sheed's chooks who we were with at the time, and that's how the thought come to my mind about the free range and caged eggs, because they looked very happy. They're free range, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's how the thought come to my mind. So, yeah, it's just been a bit random, but, yeah, something I'm giving a go.
Don't delete it again, Tommy. I'm enjoying where it's at.
Yeah.
On the subject of, I'm sure you've all heard the prank of when you ring up the newspaper and say, yeah, look, I've got a PlayStation 4, $50 nearest offer, 20 games, ring this number, and it's a stitch up to your mate's number.
Yeah.
A mate of a mate got a good one with the iceberg lettuce, said, mate, got a farm overrun with iceberg lettuce, like can't give them away, and the phone just went off the hook for the weekend. Great stitch up.
You came last in the grand final sprint.
Yep.
Oh, he claimed 10th. So 10th was last?
8th.
8th was last.
Yeah, only 8, yeah.
Talk me through it. Was it purely... Can you explain to you guys what you get for doing the grand final sprint? And yes or no, was it a cash grab from you?
You do get... yes, you do get a little bit of money. But the main sell was you get a couple tickets to the game. So
nice. You get a couple tickets anyway, don't you? Doesn't every AFL player get a couple tickets?
Yeah, which I passed on to family because I'm a good guy. So
you're a good man,
so... got the extra 2 tickets for me and Lil to go, which was good. So
we hung over because I know a few past players have done the sprint seedy the next day after an enjoyable weekend with the boys. How were you?
I was a little bit hungover, but I'd come good because we'd just been down to East Perth. It was a nice day that day, and we'd had I had lunch with Jacko Nelson and.
Lunch.
Yeah, lunch and a couple of beers as well, just to loosen me up.
It's a nerve-wracking event.
Yeah, nervous. So, but it didn't work out in the end. But at least Rothy got the win that day, which was good, even though he cheated.
We're so glad he beat Petch. We're so glad he beat Petch.
What do you mean?
He cut through the lines. Do you not know about this?
No.
So there was a running track, obviously the running track, and Rothy's cut through and won, and Petch was a heavy favourite. Petch was $1.20 favourite, Roth paying 20s. There was so much disrepute, bookies had to cancel the winnings sent out to Josh Roth and bettors or the losses to Petch because it was a fraudulent race.
I didn't know you could bet on the grand final sprint.
It was shaped in a smile because it was sponsored by Colgate. So we ran around the 50, but it wasn't a fair race because there was no actual lanes kind of marked out. It was just a few cones. So Rothy just cut through them. And Petch was on the inside lane, so he was the only one who ran the whole distance. Yeah.
Sounds like it was policed pretty well, yeah. So in this giant stint of tweeting and buying dresses and fixing your lawn, and Peaky Blinders, has there been more binge watching? Has there been something you've taken up, arts and crafts, or what else has consumed you over this 6-month period that might be news to some?
Mate.
Googling, TikToking, were you going down some rabbit holes?
Oh, yeah. My golf friend has just reminded me that I used to play golf when I was younger, and I've recently taken that back up because I got a lot of spare time. And, it's been enjoyable. A few of the boys are playing now. Rothy, Jake. Jake's an interesting one. But, been playing golf, which has been enjoyable. But not a whole lot. I'm a pretty cruisy guy, laid back, so I just,
Who's the best of the bunch, Oz, in the golfing crew? This new formed golfing crew.
Well, Gaffy's the best at the club. Gaffy and Luke Edwards are very good. Of the boys, I actually haven't played for most of the year because when I hurt my foot, I was told I wasn't allowed to play golf. So I reckon...
But Coley's all right with one ankle?
Tommy is a pure ball striker.
I reckon, Tommy...
Hits it clean.
Yeah, probably Coley. Jake's probably the worst, like the highest variance. Like Jake can be good, but he can be dog.
No,
I'm assuming he's hitting the long ball.
He puts his way up the fairway, basically.
Yeah. No, he did.
I remember playing with X. He's not very good either.
Hey, I got a lesson last week, and I'm much better now. So
okay.
X, seeing as you're the only one that's played a lick of footy this weekend.
This weekend or this year?
Well, this year. Thanks for that, mate.
Sorry.
Wow.
How was it this weekend? Obviously played against Hawthorn at the G. Talk to me about the game. Because I know what you thought, Coley, but watching, I felt like we were actually going to win I shouldn't say actually going to win. I felt like we were going to win for a long period of time and just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, I felt the exact same way out there on the field. It was my first game since I hurt my knee at AFL level. Personally, it was nice to be back out on the G. That was only my second game there and had friends and family there. And
still winless on the G?
Yeah, my first game on the G was a pretty bad loss to Collingwood last year.
Oh, that was a stinker.
In front of no crowd, so...
100 plus, was it?
No, 0.
Nah, but Bunga's 300th and we let him down that day.
Lost by about 80.
Yep.
Anyway, the weekend was obviously much better. We didn't get the result, which was a bit disappointing because, as you said, Oz, we were right in it for most of the day and had a much better start than what we had in previous weeks, which was a bit of a focus going into the game. But, I think in the end they just outworked us a little bit over 4 quarters and we stuck with them for a while. But, they probably deserved it for working harder for most of the day.
There's a bit to cover with the game. Can we talk about you putting on one of the blocks of the year for Tim Kelly just bursting through a stoppage? 2
terrific blocks, actually. There was another one for JK at the top of the goal square, which led him to a little chess mark as well. But
when's your turn? Is this just scissor, paper, rock to see when it's your turn next?
Well, that's a great question because I did have a little chat to TK this morning. And to his credit, he pointed straight at me after he kicked the goal.
He did.
Which I appreciated.
Yep.
But I said to him, in future, we'll just rotate it up a little bit so... Sometimes he can come block for me and I'll block for him because as a blocker, you're actually more often than not the bloke that gets freed up. So pays to be a selfless teammate.
As you mentioned about the game on the weekend, the pressure and the tackling, like normally we're a really, really low tackle side and it's probably one of the things people look at us and say we're poor at. That was the best approach and numbers wise we had all year, and probably for a long time that I've been at the club. It's frustrating because you can clearly see, and Cole would be the same, so you can clearly see everyone's trying so bloody hard to win. It's just not happening for us right now.
Yeah. Well, you're never out there not trying to win a game.
Yeah, well that's the thing. Yeah.
So you got to feel for the boys because they're putting in the effort at the moment, and the results haven't gone our way in the last couple of weeks.
What do you like watching, Coley? Because I'll take you back. We've had a brief conversation in the hallway about this as we were watching maybe the Sydney game. You were behind goals in the stands. I took my young fella. We weren't too far apart. And when those goals just started hammering us, I was just having a side glance to see if you were tearing up the footy record or yelling out or head in hands. Mate, you were the most composed person I've ever seen. Just unaffected, emotionless. I was like... Is he even watching the game or is he just raging inside? I couldn't read you. Be a great poker player.
Yeah, 100% raging inside. I haven't sat in the crowd much this year, so that was one of the only games I've sat in the crowd, so I didn't want to... my usual antics at home in front of the TV are, a lot more visible. So, it is frustrating to watch sometimes, especially as we just touched on. The boys are trying their guts out and it's just not going their way. So it can be frustrating to watch sometimes.
The roommate of Oscar Allen making his debut, Jai Cully.
Yeah, Jai the guy. He was good, I thought. I'm not sure what your opinion of it, but he's just a big kid. Like, he's 18, 19,
He's a big
and
boy.
he's massive. Like, he's basically my height and thicker than me. Like, I can't believe how big he is. He just looks like tough and strong, and he's pretty clean. Obviously, he's got a lot of improvement because he's still a young guy, but to be able to come in at AFL level, looking back on, you think you fit in when you first start playing, and you see old clips of you and you're like, man, I was so runty, like I didn't belong out there. I couldn't believe how much he just looked like an AFL player on the weekend.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I actually had a bit of a rotation with him, so working with him, as you said, he fit in. He led us for tackles and almost led us for contested possessions as well. So for a first game player to do that, especially like Hawthorn have got a pretty good midfield, so for him to do that, pretty good sign.
What do you think the tackle average is for a debutant in the AFL?
1.7, I think. Somewhere around that.
Yeah,
I reckon I heard this
You've
last
seen
night.
the stat. Yeah, it's 1.6. Yeah, it's impressive, like the way he went about it. But in saying that, my first game, I had 7 tackles. I've never had more than like 3 or 4 ever since then.
Really?
Yeah, I was playing down back my first game, so I was trying really hard to defend and haven't done much of that since then.
Yeah, you do get a few more down back.
Thought TB might have done the press conference this week. He had career highs in 3 different areas. You know which ones they were?
Yeah, it would have been marks, possessions, intercept marks.
Yeah, that's the one.
He was like our best player by far. I reckon he'll probably win our BNF this year.
Yeah, he'll go close, that's for sure.
Mate, you're calling a different player every week. Like, just settle on one.
Eventually, if I go 23 rounds, I'm going to get someone right all year.
So is he overtaken Reddo in you? Because you had Reddo for the last month.
I have. I just think Reddo's consistently played. Like, how many games has TB missed? 2? 3?
Yeah. Has Reddo missed any?
Yeah.
One, I think, yeah.
Yeah, he missed one with COVID.
Yeah, so either Reddo or TB, but...
It's a big factor in a BNF. You just got to play a lot, don't you?
Is
Yeah.
Bunga a smoky? Well, I shouldn't say smoky, but I reckon Bunga's a chance.
Bunga's never won one.
Well, he's had a bloody good year.
So where did he finish in his All-Australian year then?
Nah, that was 2019, yeah.
Yowie won him, I think.
Yeah, Yowie won him.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see. He has had a great year. Is he better when Gov's Gov's not out there? He just seamlessly rolls into Gov's role of more of an interceptor, and I feel like when Gov's out there, he just kind of locks away his man really well. It's really interesting the way he does it. I'm not sure. So you're a fellow defender. I can't recall many other players that can change their game so well depending on who's around them.
Yeah, well, he's obviously played so many games, and in my opinion, the smartest footballer I've ever met. So his ability to, as you said, change his role within games or with week to week is second to none because he's played so much footy. He's seen pretty much every scenario that he's going to see. So he just executes consistently, and he has been doing for a long time.
I didn't know if he was going to get up from the hit in the D50 second quarter, I think, or third.
Second biggest hit after Bungs. Yeah, no, crazy. He's tough.
Sorry, I'm talking Bunga.
Oh,
I'm talking Bunga's
We're
hit.
talking about Tom Barras.
Yeah, I'm with you now. But Tom Barris's mark got nominated for Mark of the Week. He's back with the fly.
Yep.
And then it just reminded me of Hearn almost not getting up.
That was...
If that was anyone else but Bunga, are they getting up?
I can't believe how quickly he got up, and Mitch Lewis is on the ground like dead, and then plays out the game, plays bloody well. Like he is as tough as they come.
Yeah.
Just made a muscle, that bloke.
So Jai Cully became the 47th player to be used on the West Coast Eagles list. He had to date all the way back to 1980 for the Saints to use that many players. So hectic times all round. And we had 5 guys who weren't on the list that also played for us. So the only punters that haven't got a game now are the inactive boys.
So what's that? Coley, myself, Chess, Joycey.
Luke, Lukey played.
Yeah, Lukey did play. Yeah, that's it.
That'd be it.
Dom played.
Welcome. You and me.
What a club.
Couple
What a
bumps.
stinker of a club to be in.
The worst club to be a part of.
But that's it. So something else, unless there's something you wanted to touch on the game or anything else.
Oh, no, I think the last month we've just shown better signs, and I know we didn't do a potty after the Carlton game, but like 2 quarters we were really competitive and playing close to what I think our best footy could look like, which is promising, right? Because fans at home, players were all looking at silver linings of what we could become. It is disappointing. I think the main takeaway for this year for me, I'm not sure how you guys feel, is the difference between our best and worst is like so drastic. Like our best is really, really competitive with good sides, and our worst is borderline deplorable. Just about how can we bridge that gap? And obviously you've been on field, you know what it feels like, and you've been watching all the games with me. You'd have the same opinion that I do, and it's frustrating because we can't actually impact it, and everyone on field is trying as hard as they can to impact it as well. It's just one of the challenges of playing competitive sport.
What I want to touch on with you two fellas Career goals, 3 apiece. Ooh. Sound about right?
You guys are draw.
Yeah, I've picked 3.
At the moment they are. Yeah, Tommy Cole.
That's actually disappointed in you. I know. In all respects, Tommy, I know I haven't played that many games, but
And Coley did his in about. Well, that was when
3 straight games. Yeah,
3 straight games, and I reckon we were playing every 4 days. So we did that in 2 weeks.
So
I reckon I played forward in all 3 of those games, and I don't reckon I kicked a goal.
You kicked one on debut.
I did kick one on debut.
So hang on. We'll get to it. I'm going to talk through the 3. All right. So Coley's first against the Bombers in 2020. The kick from JD. Surely so many beers owed from JD. You put everything into it to put it to the advantage of Coley's side.
Yeah. Just bodied out Dyson Heppel.
Yeah, just an absolute mug for the Bombers. Dyson Heppel, thanks for coming. Goes the snap. Who was the first to you?
I reckon it was me.
Would you have got it if he hadn't have said that?
Nah, I do remember because
Was he actually the first to?
Yeah.
I was on the bench.
Yeah, he was the first to, and I've always said that because I was hoping I'd kick a goal one day, and I reckon it was 50 odd games in. I've always said I won't carry on too much. I turned around and saw my great mate X happier than me, and just gave it probably a bit too much. And
not at all. I was almost going to dog you and say where were you for the celebration?
I was on the bench,
lining it up.
Yeah.
The second goal against the Dogs, so Flying Ryan has this unbelievable hook pass inboard.
Yeah.
Tommy Cole's just got no one anywhere in the vicinity.
Well, you were playing on the wing for those games, weren't you?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so you were playing the wing for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dwayne Russell says out of his postcode. Great call.
Yeah.
Great call.
I was worried I was thinking, is that out of his postcodes in terms of he doesn't think Tommy Cole can kick it 45 metres?
I figured it was what's he doing in the forward 50 on his Pat Malone? Xavier O'Neill, 7th in line for the celebration. So it's not meaning as much for O on this occasion.
Yeah.
No. He's a bit slow to it.
Yep.
The third goal against the Saints, this was just a weird one because this is the siren's gone. The game's done. And it's the softest free kick I might have ever seen. Eh? No, he didn't. He didn't at all. He just hasn't moved. Brad Hill smacked him across the chest. And Coley hasn't flinched, hasn't looked at Brad Hill what are you doing?
Mate, that was
just unaffected, and the ump's gone, that's a kick.
That was one of the great games, that St Kilda game. Tim Kelly and Gaffey, I think, put on the cape and dominated for
Nick
us.
as well.
And we had Nick, and we had so many injuries, and I just remember all the young boys played, like Hamish Brayshaw. All the kids played. That was the best win ever.
Great win.
Alan, 8th in line for the celebration.
Come on.
Bit slow.
I'm actually shocked.
O'Neill, not in frame. Didn't even make it this time.
I was probably on the bench, to be honest, but I was there a bit that year, but...
No, stop caring, I wrote it.
Yeah, on the bench.
Stopped caring. All right, now we get to Xavier O'Neill's goals, all right? So the first one, geez, it was a special one. So what year and what round?
You got to remember your...
2020, round 13, GWS, Optus.
Yeah. So who do you owe all the beers to for this one? Because he basically set it all up for you.
Brendan Archie.
He did.
The great man.
It's a good memory.
Smothered the ball, gave a feed handball to the outside.
Great handball.
Great handball. Left foot.
Yep.
Dwayne Russell. The X Factor delivers. They all get around the little O.
They called him the little O.
They did well, to be fair, I'm nowhere near the size of the big O. Not you, Oscar.
I don't know why
We're talking about Oscar McInerney here.
Yeah, go on.
Because you do like to call yourself the big O.
No, other people call it to me. It's
true.
Crazy.
In the Indigenous round kit, looked special.
Yeah, it was good.
Was your first game in the Indigenous round kit as well?
Yes.
That's awesome.
It bit too much mayo though on the. That was just.
You went the double arms to the air, didn't you?
Yeah, that was the most on a whim celebration I reckon I've ever done.
All right.
Best feeling ever though.
So your second goal's come in 2021. Do you know who we were playing?
Jeez. I know it wasn't a set shot.
No.
I reckon it was on my left foot as well.
Nah, not your second. It's pretty bread and butter. Handball from JJ, probably about 30 out.
Oh, yeah,
Even Thumper could have put it through.
Yeah. Was this Carlton?
It was.
Yeah.
So that's pretty run-of-the-mill.
Yeah.
That
That put the game out of reach.
that was a good goal. I remember that.
That was a nail in the coffin.
Yeah, sure. And the last one, 2022. So you're averaging a goal a game. So keep up your work.
Goal a year.
Yeah, sorry, you're averaging a goal a year.
Almost a goal a game.
I cannot remember my goal this year.
So it's round 1 against the Suns.
Got out of the way
yes,
early.
I can.
How can you not remember this game?
Nah, I can
so,
remember
do you remember what else besides the goal? What did he do earlier in the game?
He knows what he did.
Do you know though?
Yeah, I do, because he came in telling me about how he meant to do it, which is no way in hell he meant to do it.
No.
So what'd you do? Talk
Earlier in the game?
Yeah.
Do you have no clue, Cole?
Well, Reddo's fired me a handball. Gets a bit greasy in Perth, especially at Optus.
You want the sun out a bit more, do you?
Doesn't get. I reckon Perth's a dry state to play football.
Those
Not
yellow,
that time of year.
Those yellow footies get greasy. Anyway, bit of sweat on the ball. But I haven't taken it cleanly, and I've gone
Shock.
And this was, I think, it was my first touch of the game. So this is. I'm talking milliseconds here, but in my head, I'm like, I've just fumbled my first touch of the game.
First touch of the year.
First touch of the year. Yes, good call. But somehow just put my hands behind my back and I've caught it. Sidestepped.
Globetrotter-esque.
Yeah, I don't know how, but I've sidestepped someone and just brought the ball back around the front, slammed it on the boot before I got tackled, and Langers has taken a great mark and converted.
That's the big one, yeah.
So
that he finished. So that was epic. And then your goals, again, this one's on your left foot. So 2 out of your 3 have been on your left.
Same spot as my first, basically.
Bit further out, I reckon.
Bit further out.
This one was better. This one was a cracker.
Yeah.
Big time. You've bounced off Jakey Waterman.
Yep.
You spun off him.
Jake Waterman here.
And then, dodged a couple of tacklers and then put through one of the better goals of the year, I would have thought.
Yeah, don't know how many times I could do that again, but I did flush.
You don't start off with that. Don't say it's a fluke.
No, I can't talk it up too much.
All right, enough footy. Did you guys watch the Open?
I did. I watched so much.
You did watch it?
Yeah.
How much did you watch?
Other than when we got back from the game and I fell asleep in the final round, which I was so disappointed about, I reckon I watched 6 or more hours of it.
Coley?
I kept up to date and then I watched the whole last round.
Yeah, it was bloody awesome. For those who don't know, Cam Smith, the Aussie, he won it. He was leading after the first 2 days. In fact, he'd set the record for the first 2 rounds for the lowest score ever hit. Had a poor day. Day 3 actually went overpaid, 73. Then the last day, back 9, 6 birdies. Comes home, McIlroy chokes again in a major.
Oh, it's hard to say he's choked.
Nah, that's a perfect example of putting for dough, beating driving for show. Now, Rory's a great player, but Cam Smith's on another level. And I'm not a great golfer, so I probably shouldn't be talking.
Should this become a golf podcast?
Yeah, I think so.
Coley, who was your favourite player? Thoughts on the LIV tour? Give us
You're going to make some headlines there.
give us your opinion on the LIV tour.
No, I don't know. I'm going to need you to explain a little. I've heard a little bit about it.
So those listening...
Heard Cam Smith got offered 147 mil to join it.
Yeah, so the LIV tour is a alternate to the PGA Tour, and it's started by Saudi investors, and they're offering players exorbitant amounts of money. So Phil Mickelson signed, his career earnings is 160 mil. He signed a 4-year, $200 million deal. Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, Kevin Na, so a lot of the big heavyweight American golfers, majority-wise.
Dustin Johnson is the number 1 ranked golfer in the world. He's there. Yeah.
So
but the PGA Tour don't look too kindly to it.
Norman, the Aussie golfer, he's the mastermind behind it, isn't he?
Yeah, so there's a lot of ethical questions and concerns about where's the money coming from, yada, yada, yada. And the PGA have pretty much outlawed the players that have gone over to LIV, right?
I think they're banning him from all other events bar majors, maybe?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
No, I'm a fan.
So you're a fan? I actually don't mind it. I mean, it makes it competitive. I mean, there'll be more golf. Also, there's a more accommodating schedule for the players is the other thing. Like, they don't have to play all the time, and they've got locked-in contracts, so it's no perform to earn money. It's like, we'll pay you like a normal AFL contract, really. I'll pay you for 4 years to do this. And they're getting paid like 20 times more than what they would in an annual year anyway. So
I like the team components of it too.
Yeah.
Like, I think someone got booted off the Ryder Cup for being in the LIV tour. So certainly being punished in other areas for taking the money, because that's really what it's coming down to.
Do you think Cam Smith will move?
I don't know whether this open win changes.
He's won $15 million this year. They just reported the other day from prize winnings.
Through his amazing putting and I guess short game, he's got the best nickname on the tour now. The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And that's fantastic stuff.
That is awesome.
Enjoyed it. How much did you watch, Oz? You watched a lot of it.
I didn't watch as much as... It sounds like you watched like fair dinkum quite a bit of it.
I was up till 2 a.m. on the last day.
So was Gaffy. Saw him bleeding eyeballs. Looked the goods.
Yeah. So I watched a lot of the early, like the first couple of days, like because I watched a bit of Tiger because there was a lot of talk about this is the last time he was going to be there, and then I watched the first hour or so of day 4. I watched day 3, and that kind of put me off day 4 because I was like, I'm just going to send Aussie to bed here.
Yep.
The opposite happened. So I watched a little bit of day 4, but then turned it off, and it was at a late time, and I was busy at that stage.
Yeah. You watched the Norman 30 for 30 yet? The Shark 30 for 30?
No, I haven't.
Must view.
You good?
Good.
Absolutely. You've watched it, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, we'll circle back to this next week.
Okay.
Good stuff. Just quickly.
Back to football.
Did you see Lecker was in the news recently?
Yeah, kicked a bag.
I did see. I didn't know he kicked a bag. But
How many do you reckon he kicked, X?
Cervantes football.
my brother won a premiership playing with his older brother who holds the goal kicking record
Didn't
there.
know that.
Brent?
How many has he kicked? I'm going to say 9.
Kicked 15.
15.
18's the record from his bro.
How many
Bruno.
behind?
I didn't say, but I'll give you the scorecard. So
Doesn't
it
miss
was
much.
215 to 1 straight.
Oh, God.
What a
Well, they're the worst games of footy.
When my brother was playing there, they played in the grand final, Durian, and I actually can't. Durian played Savannah's, and Savannah's had Bruno Lacroix, Brent, Mark's older brother, who kicked 8 in the grand final. And do you remember Bo Maister? He kicked 10 for Durian, but he played for West Coast and St Kilda. He was a 4 forward for the other side, so both key forwards, one kicked 8 and one kicked 10, and I think Savannah's won by like a goal. Like, it's awesome. Like, it's
Great game.
such good footy to watch.
Love that.
Old school footy.
They did it on this day 12 years ago. So I think on the day that Lecker kicked the dozen against Essendon, he's gone out and done that. So I think he's throwing his name at the magnet board and trying to get a gig.
Yeah.
We're also going over the fact that Gov's been ruled out for the year now.
Yep.
So you've got another man just lingering, loping around the track with you in rehab, Coley.
Yeah,
Had
no.
some yarns with Gov.
Another one to the list, yeah. Disappointing that he's out for the year, but the severity of the injury, I don't think it's worth him coming back. But yeah, it'll be nice to spend a bit of time with him. Big Governor.
He's a busy man, the governor, so you
Yeah.
don't get much one-on-one time with the big fella.
Yeah, so it'll be nice.
And then Tom Joyce has been ruled out as well, which is a brutal story. You guys have spent more time around him than myself. So that's brutal when you finally get an opportunity as a sign-on player to show what you've made of, what the club invested in you, and he hasn't got out on the track once in terms of any games.
He would have played round 1. So he played in the JLT game against Freo and was really good.
Would that have cost Naishi his spot then?
No, because they were both playing. Like, he was playing inside mid, Nash was playing wing.
Okay.
And then we had a training session the Friday before round 1. So there was JLT. In that week, we had a big game on Friday, like a match sim. And then he hurt his ankle. It seemed pretty innocuous and hasn't played a game of footy since then. So obviously really disappointing. Just another one of those guys that lower leg injuries has really hurt us this year.
What's he sort of like on and off the track then, for those that haven't had the pleasure to meet him?
He's a really good fella. I mean, he actually played state 18s with me as an underage and like a really, really talented underage footballer. Then had a bit of injury troubles in his draft year, ended up going to Brizzy, spent a couple of years there. Just a really like down-to-earth fella and just a normal guy, I reckon. He's a good fella. You get along with him well. He's a bloody talented footballer. Just luck hasn't quite gone his way this year.
Great lawn bowler too.
Really?
Throw that in there.
Right.
Yeah,
Where have you heard that from?
I've seen it in action.
Really?
And, yeah.
Impressive.
I witnessed that was good.
Yeah,
He was
very
very good, yeah.
I sent you guys a video in our little WhatsApp that we started very late doors of the coin toss dude for last weekend's game.
That was so nuffy.
So this is St Kilda and the Western Bulldogs, and they had a bloke go out there and toss the coin. And for those that can't find the video, the bloke's almost like smacked his knee, or like he's about to do the hucker, and then pointed to the sky like celebrate, like
It was
a
right
singer
off.
like giving his sign off. And then he gave the nod to himself like, yeah, I just did that. That was good.
Strange, wasn't it?
So I want to ask you all, if you were forced to do it, if you had an LIV offer where it was like, we'll put $1 million in your skyrocket, but you got to do something that'll stand out as the coin tosser, what are you rolling with? And I gave you some time to think about it, so I don't want to hear, I can't think of anything.
I forgot, but now I've thought of something. I would walk back about 5 to 10, and then I would do the gritty up to the line.
Oh, yes.
And then flip the coin, I think.
I like it. X.
Oh,
Shout out to
Jersey.
Paddy Nash for that one, actually.
yeah. Oh, I might throw I'll recreate my first goal celebration. Just really overdo it.
What?
Or just arms out.
I'll just start running around the middle of Marvel, wherever it was.
Before the toss
I
or
reckon you
after?
get arrested,
No,
mate. There's a certain line of things
because if
you
it's a
have to
good
do.
toss. Because I'm actually a shock and coin tosser. So I'd
Pretty difficult, is it?
I'd probably need to celebrate if I hit a good one, yeah.
What are you going with?
No, I just like, so you know how you like they normally go official handshakes? I'd like dap up the umpire, they'll start like give him a hug, like go try and dap up all the players. That's what I'd do. Just make myself really good friends with them.
No one goes out there in costume at all. They're all out there in their kit that they're wearing for the day.
you can't go out there in costume.
Why not?
No.
In the bylaws, is it?
Have you seen the video of the guy earlier in the year tossed the coin and kept looking forward in the sky?
Yeah.
That was good.
I mean, there was a whole build-up of that. Did you see the video that went with it? He was training for weeks. I think that was a bit of a mockumentary type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
You guys see Jane Geary retired this year?
Yes.
I did see that.
He did a presser, his final presser. Who do you reckon he said the two hardest players in his career to play on were? Small forwards. Ooh. One of them's like a gimme.
Cyril?
Yeah.
Good, X. Good.
What era? Like, when did he start playing?
Let's say like mid-thousands to 20 to now.
Bets.
No.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
Is it a West Coast player?
Yeah.
Is he a current player?
No.
I was going to say Cripper.
So it's Lecker.
Lecker.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Should we talk about the Waffle Boys?
Why not? This is the West Coast Waffle Watch, courtesy of Hungry Jack's. Not good. Lost some players, left, right and centre again, but I can't believe I'm about to say this sentence. They went down to one of the flag fancies, East Fremantle.
Mate, East Freo, imagine if we didn't take Dixon, Stranatica, Joyce, and then Teakle. Like, half of their side's been drafted, all their tall stocks. They're one of the best sides going around. Zach Langdon, a real positive on the day. He's been back in Waffle for a couple of weeks, worked his ass off to get back there. 11 disposals, 8 tackles. Just a real workman-like game from him.
Did Izzy Winder play in the midfield this week?
He did, yeah.
So that's the abundance of ball that we see with his 26 touches, 5 grabs and 6 inside 50s?
I reckon that's the most footy he's had, and it's kind of that hybrid role that we be. A lot of teams really want to have a forward that can go into the midfield, and Willie does it a little bit at AFL level. X, you actually played a similar role to that on the weekend. You and Jai were mixing and matching mid forward. So, yeah, I mean, it's positive. He's a young player and he's developing, so it can only be good for him having good outings like that.
Someone told me that Greg Clark had his nose busted up pretty bad.
He's already got a huge schnoz.
Yep.
So it might help him.
Bloke got 3 weeks, apparently.
Did he?
What's the ruckman? I can't remember his name.
Oh, Jeremy Goddard.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Just elbow straight across the nose.
He's got the avatar schnoz at the moment.
Yeah, well, my brother in arms, he actually had a good game until that happened. 25 touches, 8 tackles.
Greg's a bloody good, dominates Waffle footy.
Yeah.
It's just that transition to be able to do that AFL, which is, if he can get that right, chef's kiss.
Because it's going to be an awkward, I was talking to him, it's going to be an awkward end of the season for the footy club because the AFL is going to finish in Geelong. And then there's 2 more weeks to go after, and there might be a division between like some boys already starting their wind down, and then other players having to play it out. And Greg Clark just was like, mate, I can't wait to play those 2 games. Give me more footy.
That's the thing,
and that's what sets Clarkie apart.
He's someone who had to grind hard for his spot in an AFL list, and he's a terrific footballer. And he's a great leader. Like I think he might have been in Subi's leadership squad and led him to winning a flag. So best on all year through there. It's just what he does. He loves playing footy. Rothy's our best ruckman at the moment. Thoughts on that?
What are you two going with? He had a great game against Delahunty at Optus, where he probably got the 3 votes and they lost.
Rothy also had 27 and 14 hit-outs in the ruck this week again.
Yeah, his
jump, Rothy.
And his follow-up is good.
It's elite for a ruckman.
For a ruckman, yeah.
And you also said that you love seeing Jack Williams pinch hit in the ruck. So they're your 2 ruckmen for the week, which is absurd when you think about all the tall timber we had at the start of the year, that they're your 2 front men.
Yeah, it is absurd, but again, for Jack Williams, he's a 198-ish centimetre key forward, so it's always good to be able to back up ruck, and it's probably been a position we've struggled to find, I suppose. I've had to do it for a number of years, and we haven't really have a bona fide ruck forward, so it's good for his development. Once again, he's a young player. Naishi gets a stack of it every week, 30 again.
Yeah, loves the footy.
He knows how to find it.
Loves it.
And just during the week, just always has a footy in hand, always kicking bombs. I just loves kicking the footy.
Loves football. And then Hugh Dixon's returned to the side and kicked a couple off limited minutes, so well done to him.
Boys, before I get to the fan questions, you got anything else you want to say? I've said to a couple of other boys that have come in that I was almost going to start a new segment called Grinding My Gears. And it's just something that's giving you the irrits in life.
What's pissing you off in life right now?
And you can just get it off your chest. Or if there's something else you want to discuss, this is your one window because I'm not coming back to you.
And X, you've been very vocal about the fact you want a co-hosting spot in this show. You really need to show something in the next 5 minutes if it's going to happen.
Because this 2-pronged base attack's going all right. So we'll inject you if it's needed.
What's been pissing me off?
Mate, I don't
want to win, but the amount of dishes I make at home, even by myself, is just... And I don't have a dishwasher, and it's probably above a first world problem. It really shouldn't be a problem, but...
Why can't you get the dishwasher in? There's no room? Or you're in a rental?
No, I'm in a rental, and probably just being a bit lazy.
So you're telling me the thing that's pissing you off is the outcome of your own actions, having dirty dishes?
Yeah, 100%. The thing that is annoying me is my own laziness to just get the dishes done straight away. But instead, I'll go and watch the Open for a couple of hours, and then it gets a bit late. I'm like, I'll do them in the morning. Then I'm training.
I could not live with you. You can't leave dishes overnight.
So,
Can I just say though?
Yeah, I've got a follow-up question.
I know what you're thinking. Like, I'm a real messy
pig.
No, well, yeah, but I'm not. I just want to put that out there.
I've heard that you are from multiple sources.
No.
Have you had what roommates have you had in your time?
Braden Ainsworth. And that house was disgusting. The fact that any of you let it get to that stage was putrid.
How long did Bubba last with you?
No. Well, how do you know it's not the other way around? No.
I just want to know how long he lasted.
I lived there for 5 months.
Mate, that house was
5 months.
Nah, but...
And that got him to breaking point.
No, I just had to move a bit further away from the club, which didn't actually happen because I moved in with Bailey for a couple COVID years. And
how long did Bailey last with you?
Oh, is this a bit of a recurring pattern, is it?
No. Well,
and now you're living on your own. It's funny, that.
Yeah. Can I just say I wanted to live on my own the whole time. So, anyway, yes.
Let's ask the question that people want to hear. One thing that's helped me out is me and my partner, Lorna, she cooks and then I clean, or I cook and she cleans. We've got a good schedule going. You're in a current, I wouldn't know, would you start to call it a long-term relationship now? How long have you and your lovely Bernie going out for?
Jeez.
This is really poor that you don't
know. No. Well, it's
Canale's first goal, who is playing what round?
It's not been officially together for 9 months. I've been seeing her for...
I feel better started seeing other women for
So you tell me you've been seeing her for 9 months, but actually a year, but you were also playing the field at the start.
No, not at all. I've been seeing her exclusively for probably a good 14 months.
There's your answer.
So you guys going to move in together?
Properly dating. Like,
not if she listens to this potty, she won't.
I took a while to just ask the question, even though we both knew exactly what it was.
When's she going to move in with you?
Don't know the way I'm going.
Never.
Maybe never, because, she might get fed up with my mess.
Not a big fan of the Open and some crusty dishes.
Nah, she's good. She'll do the dishes every now and then if I cook, and vice versa. So we do have that set up. It's just when I'm by myself.
Give me something to value. What's pissing you off?
Winter is annoying me because as a Thumper, he hit a spot before about my lawn. You can't mow your lawns often in winter, can you, when it's wet?
No, you can't.
So having to walk out my front door every day and look at the state of my front lawn, knowing that I'm not going to get a chance to mow it because it's too moist and wet, that gets on my gears a little bit. And then back to the dishwasher situation. I've had a broken dishwasher for 2 years.
Mate, this dishwasher's broken when you had me over for fish a year and a half ago.
I've been in my house for 3 years and it worked for 12 months and then it just stopped working.
And you never got someone in to fix it?
And I haven't got a new one or someone in to fix it. And I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's why you just hand wash the dishes like I do.
That's a good
Yeah, but I do them that night and make sure the dishes are clean.
Yeah. That's a good take. A bit of an audible. You've gone. It's good to have no dishwasher.
You can rinse and then leave them in the dishwasher for some days, and they'll still be right. If you've got a decent dishwasher, you can rinse.
I'm
and
too
then
OCD
put it in
for that. Yeah.
Yeah, my dishwasher's on every night. So I've got 4 people at my house at the moment, so the dishwasher's on.
Yeah.
It's always on.
You got a crowd. You got full house.
Yeah.
Can I just say one more thing that's annoying me at the moment?
Definitely.
Go on.
Not being able to go to the snow is killing me.
Were you a bit of a snow bunny as a child, were you?
Yeah, snow bunny. All my mates have been going lately. And it's one of the many sacrifices.
Where do you go? Is it Mount
Falls Creek?
Are you telling me one of the hardest sacrifices being AFL players not being able to go to the snow in this winter?
But it is for people that love snowboarding because you can never do it.
No, I love it too, but...
When have you ever gone?
I've been snowboarding like 4 times. I love it.
Oh, yeah, I'll believe you this time.
I went to Andorra when I was 17 for 2 months.
You any good?
Oh my God. Don't be stupid. Of course not.
Anyway, we get 1 month off a year, which is September, October, depending how you go in finals.
Yeah.
And
you know, do a Sharry Wellingham, come back with a couple of broken ankles? Or?
Well, if you look around the world at ski seasons, the 1 month where there is no ski season worldwide is October. Unless you go to Peru, apparently. So
that's a real first world problem.
Yeah.
Don't mind it, though.
One more thing that grinds my gears, I just thought about it.
Look at it roll now.
Yeah.
When you turn onto my street, there's a speed bump there.
Oh, it's a big one.
Yeah, like 5 metres after the road starts. And it has like lines on it, like a pedestrian crossing, but it's not a pedestrian crossing. And the amount of people I have to give way to turning onto my street, and then I get caught in the middle of the other road. Oh my good! I've like probably bad on my behalf, but I've almost like hit a few people because I'm like,
I'm not waiting.
and like sometimes wind the window down. Like it's not a pedestrian crossing. What are you doing?
So you tell me if you're rolling around Vic Park, you're a chance to have window down. Tommy Cole, it's not a pedestrian crossing. Get off the road.
Especially this year, being in rehab, probably not as happy as
bit on edge.
bit on edge. So that gets me probably most days.
All right, you're a semi grumpy man every now and then. What do you got? What do you got going on?
Nah, mate, I'm happy.
Yeah, cool. You sound it. All right, fan questions.
We're being real.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Darcy Cole. Surely a relation. Who's Darcy Cole?
That is my sister. I got 3 sisters. She's the middle one.
Thoughts on the tip cap, Tommy? What's the tip cap?
The tip cap. When I was younger, so I have 3 older sisters. Sorry, Darcy's the one above me. I didn't really get a choice on a lot of things because I was the youngest. Got picked on a bit, but when I was about 7 to the age of 10, I got blonde through my hair. So you put the cap on your head.
No way, that's awesome.
The frosted tip.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I don't have a photo, but we could get one up. But yeah, I was running like blonde locks from when I was younger, and like long hair down to my shoulders.
Would you ever do it again?
I would love to, but I don't know if I could pull it off these days.
Be a good wedding look. What do you reckon?
Might be a little off season, like 2023, a bit of banter, like just for a couple of weeks.
I'd love to do it for the wedding.
We'll keep rolling with some of Darcy's questions.
Yeah.
What's the longest time you've spent hiding from your parents in a tractor? that seems oddly specific.
I don't know. Yeah, there was a stopwatch on it. I think the stopwatch would have expired, but
Backstory?
Yeah, I was driving. I was maybe 13 or 14, and we had the trailer hooked up to the car, Mum's Ford Falcon, which later became mine. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be able to reverse it into the spot where it needed to be put." And I didn't know how to reverse a trailer at the time, and I didn't know that it would keep going the same way. Yeah. So I jackknifed it. I think that was the story. Anyway, jackknifed it, and then. Parents were filthy at me, and I don't know if I was on the tractor or just hiding. We had this massive brick fence up in the backyard, and I just like sat up on that for, I would say, close to an hour without coming inside. Yeah.
What, you're just too worried to go inside and get an earful?
Yeah, well, they were angry. Yeah, Dad more than Mum. So yeah, petrified for my life actually.
Interesting tactic, yeah. I've got one for X. You had a lot of questions about why you're looking so swole at the moment.
Mate, this is what I talked to you about before. A lot of people think you look jacked right now. Is it the knee strapping or the haircut, or is you actually done your gym for the first time in 3.5 years?
Hey,
the latter.
I've been a good gymmer for 3 years.
Language, bro. Speak English.
That sounds like someone who has not been a good gymmer.
I've been a good gymmer.
No. I can't think of the right word, but I'm diligent. I'm very diligent in the gym. That is the word that I'm looking for.
He's a responder.
I got one.
Yes.
I got one from Shane Blackley. Does X still...
Sean.
Oh, yeah, good work. Sean Blackley.
Sean.
Yep. Does X still call himself the prodigy like he did back at school?
Oh my God.
No.
This is one. You go.
Story on Xavier O'Neill. He gets to the football club and he moves in with me for a couple of days. So I was the first person, and I had my old battered up Jaguar, like the old Jag I used to drive in.
Great Jag.
And I remember one day driving in, and I was like, "What's your favourite number? What number would you want to have?" And he was like, "Oh," and this was the time 2020. Started 2019. I think there was a couple of rumours about Gaffy potentially moving to North or moving back home to Victoria. And he goes to me, "I'd love number 3 because I go, "Oh, why is that?" He goes, "Oh, I just feel like I play a bit like Juddy."
There is. Can I just say?
I just play a little bit like Juddy.
There is so much mayo on that. I love Juddy. I would have said I love Juddy, but I've never compared myself to Juddy because that's just absurd.
Anyway, tell us.
Did you see that his 2 kids, the photo on Instagram?
Yeah,
went up?
I saw that.
2 kids got the Eagles kit. What's exciting times?
Yeah, tell me about the prodigy.
Prodigy. All right. So I was on the school volleyball team in year 11.
Don't laugh. You're a volleyballer.
Hey, mate.
Yeah, but I'm 6'5" and long.
Hey, well, I've got hops. Nick Caulfield as well, who plays for St Kilda. He was on that team, and a few other boys. And the volleyball captain sent an email out to the whole school trying to get a big crowd to the top gym at lunch to watch us play a big volleyball game. Because volleyball got rowdy at school. Like it was good times. Anyway, and he's described us all, and he said in the email something along the lines of, "Get up, to watch future top 10 draft pick Nick Coffield and football prodigy Xavier O'Neill at lunchtime. So I started getting called prodigy as a piss take. And then Sean...
Did you start calling yourself prodigy or did they?
No. Then they shortened it to prod, got the piss taken out of me massively.
Right.
And I may have cracked onto it and called myself the prod a few times.
Yeah, as you would.
All right.
And now we're on with it.
Back to Coley. We've got another email. This is from a Darcy Cole, if you know who that is. What was your first job?
Yeah, she's saying this because I'm the youngest and they always say I'm the favourite and I got spoilt. So they all turned 15 and got jobs and
You've never had to work?
Never had to work.
I love it. That is awesome.
Shamo O'Neill. How many best and fairest did X win at his juniors?
That's a good question from Shamo, my younger brother. Yeah, never won a best and fairest in juniors. Closest I came was runner-up, equal runner-up in under 11s.
What are you doing?
You weren't much of a prod. More of a shot.
I was a late bloomer. Shamo's actually got one up on me. So he plays at my local footy club, Blackburn, and
He would have been thrilled
old
to
is
tell
Shamo?
you.
Shamo
Is his actual name Shamo? What's his name?
His name is Seamus.
Yeah, yep.
Irish origins. He is about to turn 19. So, yeah, it's a little flex from the younger brother.
Where do you keep your premiership medal, Tommy Cole? This is from Asher Cohen, 1234.
Don't know if I should say that. Nah, just at home in a safe spot. Pull it out on the 29th of September each year.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
I like that.
Cool. Glass of scotch.
Love it. Excellent. Why don't you go?
I've got one from Jacko Nelson. Who do you love more, Rocket or Gromit? Got to pick one.
Yeah, I will pick one.
Coley's two dogs. We've got a sausage dog and a poodle.
Sausage dog and a cavoodle, yeah.
Cavoodle.
Rocket's 4, Gromit's 3. Obviously got Rocket first.
Rocket is the sausage dog.
Yeah, Rocket's a sausage dog, and he's my favourite. Yeah,
Rocket's a great dog.
Yeah, my first dog, I like Gromit, great dog and everything, but I can't go past Rocket. Yeah, my boy.
So is Lil's favourite dog the other one, or is the other one just left right out?
She won't pick a favourite, but I would say Gromit goes to her more than he comes to me because he knows that I like Rocket better. And I want him to know that, you know. So, yeah.
Okay.
I've got a question for you, X, from, funnily enough, Jacko Nelson again. And it was, X, do you think you'll ever get another tagging job again after your efforts on Jack Crisp earlier this year? For those playing at home, Crispy had 30 touches, 10 inside 50, 6 marks, 5 tackles. You reckon you'll get another tagging job soon?
Ruined Bunger's 300th.
No, I don't. Probably one of the lows of last year was hearing Jack Crisp get 3 votes for that game on Brownlow night. But to be fair, I didn't start tagging him until the third quarter, and I reckon he'd already had 23, 24 touches.
Oh my God, sorry. I've read out Crisp stats from this year. Crisp actually had 36 this day.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he had a big day, but I don't think I was fully at fault.
He was playing half-back that day. He was taking the PR double 5 out of us.
He took a few kick-outs too to get a couple of cheekies. So, yeah. I don't think I'll be tagging anytime soon, though.
Mitch Schaefer wants to know how it was playing against a former high school mate or a former schoolmate in James Blank on the weekend.
Blanky. Yep.
Did you go to school with him?
Yeah, I did. So Blanky got picked up in the mid-season draft this year.
Junior school or high school?
No, I went to high school with him. So I played school footy with him.
Was he the spiker on the volleyball team? What did he play?
I actually don't reckon he played volleyball, but he would have been a good player because he's a big fella.
Right.
But yeah, played some under-18s against him too. And yeah, it was pretty cool. Hadn't seen him for a very long time, but to be running out on the field with him, I actually think I put a nice little block on him and got JK a goal. So I gave him a bit of lip.
The goat block.
Yeah, gave him a bit of lip about that. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool playing on a stage like that with someone that you know. So yeah.
All right, I've got a question for you, Coley, from Pizza Boy 07.
Last 2 questions.
This is a bit more of a general question. Like, what is the best strategy to help take your game to the next level? So think back to when you were maybe 15, 16, you're thinking, I really want to play AFL. What was a strategy you did to elevate yourself?
Great question, Pizza Boy.
Quit golf?
What's that?
Was it quit golf?
Nah. Oh, yeah, I didn't play as much golf. For me, it was pretty simple, and this message will, I'm sure, has been relayed a lot to young athletes and young aspiring sports people, but it's just about hard work, really. I remember when I was 15, I was even skinnier than what I am now, and I was a bit of a late bloomer. So my parents set me up a gym at home, and I used to get in the gym and try and get a bit bigger so I could compete with the boys my age. And it was pretty simple. It was just hard work and a bit more dedication. I knew what I wanted to do, so I just had a real crack and a real focus to get there, and that's all it was, really. Pretty simple.
What about what you wanted to be when you were younger? This is from Lauren J. Maybe Moochie?
Jamucci.
I wanted to be a fighter pilot in the Air Force for probably most of my childhood growing up. Other than AFL football, of course, that was almost my number one dream.
Did Top Gun rekindle that flame?
Top Gun absolutely rekindled that flame, like unbelievably.
Coley, what about you? Grew up in country Victoria?
Yeah.
Farming of some sort? Or?
Nah, we weren't farmers. My old man drove.
Good mail from me.
Nah, I'm no good on a farm. Lily, my partner's old man, is a farmer.
Oh, that's where I got it from.
That's probably too hard to work for me. My old man drove trucks.
Really?
Yeah, lots of different sort of like he was a garbage man. Drove those trucks that had cars on the back of them, did a bit of everything, worked in the mines, driving trucks. So I used to sit in the car with him because I had 2 steering wheels, one on each side.
Yeah,
I used to sit in the car, probably fall asleep half the time. But yeah, just wanted to be a truckie like my old man when I was younger.
Awesome.
Does that mean you're knocking on the door for the Forby Club here at the footy club?
Oh.
This is the worst club that we have at the football club.
Hey.
Are you a member?
Of course I'm a member.
Yeah, that just...
Nah, I'm not a part of that Forby club, yeah.
How much would I have to pay you to be a part of it?
Oh,
Every day off.
It wouldn't... Oh,
Every day off, 23 weeks of the year.
Every day
some of
off.
us
You've
pick
got to
and
go
choose.
4-wheel drive.
I'd
Some of
need
us
that
pick and
LIV payment or whatever that league's called. I'm not a part of that.
Sorry, mate.
No, you're right. I've just remembered.
Are you loving it though?
Yeah, like I've only been a few times because I golf and stuff on days off, but I've just remembered. Anyway, I'll have to say it for another time, but something that has been me lately.
Just go on, quickly, and then we'll go. Last thing and we'll go.
We're out of fan questions, so what's grinding your gears? Take 3.
This is... I can't believe I didn't think of this before. So I live in Mount Lawley.
Must be
There's
nice.
some nice houses around here. I'm just renting. I drive a manual car, which I love. And there's a fair few speed bumps in Mount Lawley. Big ones too that you've really got, like I've almost got to crawl over them in first gear. Anyway, the local council's gone ahead and put about, I reckon, another 50 speed bumps.
50?
This is no mayo. 50 speed bumps throughout the area, extra, on top of the ones that were already there. So I'm driving down the streets that lead to my little laneway now, and there's a speed bump every 30 metres.
How many are you hitting on the way home from here?
On the way home from
When you get
here,
within a K radius, how many are you hitting on the way home?
Oh, probably 8.
Nah, too many.
Yeah, that's way
Too
many.
In a stretch of a couple 100 metres of road. Like, I'm talking every little street that peels off this main road is a speed bump. And they're just so unnecessary.
That's terrible. I've got a traffic one for next week, but I'll save it. But that would give me the irrits, I reckon.
Yeah, that would be
absolutely.
frustrating.
Bit of road rage in this room.
Yeah, don't mind it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, you guys. I've appreciated it.
It's been fun.
It's been great.
Great to have you company on Coast to Coast. We'll do it all again next year with you two Muppets, I reckon.
Beautiful.
All the best.
Hey,
Thank you.